Crank my bass up to 10, and I'm on the roof.
What we talking about, y'all? Good morning. It is Sunday. I was going to say January. August. Sorry. August the 10th.
11.
Is it? No, it is the 11th. You're right. The 11th. And it is me and Pierre. And what Pierre, well, our neighbor, his wife went out of town. She goes out of town this time every year, like with her sister and stuff. And they got this big old girls thing that they do, which is a blessing for her to, still, Anyway, he texts me.
Senior girls gone wild.
He texts me to ask me, like, she's gonna be gone. What can I do? And I said, well, let me tell you what Pierre does. I said, this is what you can do. I said, all that stuff that your wife tells you not to eat when she's there, and you don't get to eat when she's there, do that. And then do the thing that you don't get to do all the time. For whatever reason, you could be, being interrupted or asked to do something, do that. And I said, you'll be fine and the time will fly. I said, besides, that's what this one does. So that's what he was just telling y'all, that I know. I mean, I knew these things were going on, but he just confirmed it. But last night, we were looking at the game on TV, and he sent me a picture of this pizza that he went to some little pizzeria and had a custom pizza made. And then he stopped at the store and got some beer. I didn't tell him to do all that, but he stopped and did. This person here.
I don't know.
Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Because he don't understand. That's why. We got a person here that's in the middle. Hey! I even had to say something then. He was trying to correct, but you don't swing out to correct. Anyway, I'm not getting ready to do driving lessons. But anyway, he sent me a picture of his pizza and his 6-pack of beer. I didn't tell him to get the beer. And he builds model airplanes. So he also sent me a picture of the progress that he had made on this model that he was working on all day. So he took my advice. Anyway, we're on our way to church, and I got a video that it'll probably go up before this one, but if not, then it'll be up. And it was how I started my morning yesterday morning, and that was prior to me knowing that we had a leak in the house. Like, I hadn't went around my usual path when I go into the kitchen, and I went around the other way. And so when I went in there, I heard this sound at the sink, and I was like, what is that? And I initially honestly thought that the sprinkler system was on. But it wasn't the sound that you normally hear when the sprinkler system is on. It sounded like it was a whole bunch of snakes under the sink. And then I went ahead on and did my morning routine, and I was like, okay, that's going, if it is what I think it is, then it's going to, change the station and go on. And y'all have to remember, I told you before, our house is like 50 years old, almost 50 years old.
Something like that. It's more than that.
Okay. So, anyway, I went on back the same way I came in, and then I went in the bedroom to get something, came back through, and when I got again, I heard the snakes again. The sound, what sounded like snakes, but it was amplified. It was louder than ever. Y'all, we have a slab leak. Water was everywhere in the den, half the floor. Y'all know in my den, we have parquet wood on our floor. Well maintained parquet wood at that it was. And now it's just wood, buckled up, wet, discolored, everything. Am I lying?
Who?
Pierre was on his way back from Arizona. California. I didn't know where he was. I just, I'm just standing there at first with my mouth hanging open because I just like, what in the world, And then I had to kind of spring into action and try to, figure out who to call first. Do we call our home warranty people first, insurance people first? And I got a taste of what happens and what goes on when a little crisis happens and the great Pierre is not available. And I kind of got a little high strung, so for that I need to apologize because I was really worked up yesterday morning when I called him. I know, but it's still I was special. So I went in the kitchen around the other way, and I had to take my shoes off at that point, and the tiles in the kitchen, water coming up from beneath the tiles. And then I went back in the mud room, water in the mud room, just water, and water outside on the patio slab. Yeah. So Bubby to the rescue. I should have introduced y'all to dish milk. He came over and turned off not the main water, but the hot water, because the water that I was stepping in was hot. And so that was a clue that it was not, what was going on. Anyway, the short of the long is it's really, I'm doing the video here because it's so noisy in there because the people came out, the restoration people came out yesterday. And so we had these real big, I call them Beyonce fans, going. That's what they, what I'm saying? Yeah. When she got out there blowing all that, that's what they look like. And when he brought them in, I said, oh, shoot, we got Beyonce fans. Well, we got 7 of them. So if I let my hair down, it would just blow back and I could do a concert for y'all, but I won't be doing that. And then it's a dehumidifier, which looks like a big oxygen situation. And it's just, and the cats are just frantic because they can't do their usual stuff, and they trying to figure out what is this noise, because it is so noisy in there that we couldn't sit in there and have a normal conversation without yelling at the top of our lungs. Honestly, it's that noisy. And so this morning we had cold showers.
Actually wasn't
and
too
it
bad.
really, exactly, and that's what I was getting ready to say. So
of course, the cold water line runs through the roof, and
they don't need to know all of that.
Well, I'm just saying, it does, and it heats up a lot.
Okay, so he's gonna finish. Are you through with the? Okay, y'all don't. This man here does what he does for a living, but Pierre is I done told y'all before, he's an architect, draftsman, that kind of stuff. So he's technical, okay? Yeah. Anywho, we because he was getting ready to go on. What was you finna talk about? Me and pictures and stuff?
No, it's one of the reasons I can't figure out why in the world you put the hot water line underneath the slab of the house.
Because that's what they were doing back in the day when they built them houses. At this point, now let's calm it down and bring it down. Yeah. Anyway, where we are now is, number one, I'm grateful that this happened, because I'm flipping this thing around, because it could have been in the dead of winter, and then we would really be taking some for real cold showers. And then we would have to be getting somebody out there to do things, the stuff that we're going to have done in cold weather, and then especially if you have to have something done with your slab and stuff when it's colder, it takes longer for that stuff to set and all that kind of stuff. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful that I didn't get up and take off like I had planned to yesterday, because I would have came back to something much worse than what it was. Okay, honestly, I'm grateful that my brother was available because he a lot of times is gone, you know, traveling as well. And it just, you know, God was handling me and handling my situation, and I didn't even know I had a situation that needed to be handled. So he was setting it all up and making it where it still was okay for, you know, our good. And I am grateful. So I want to let y'all know we got a water situation going on, but it ain't really a situation. It's all good. And we are going to be just fine. Actually, we are fine. It's just manifesting itself. And we headed to church and all that good stuff. And I will talk to you all later. Have a good day. Toodles.